Um, to all my friends in the Wedding Entrepreneur Academy, just sending a quick video out to you because I haven't communicated with you for a while. As always, sometimes as always wrong. This is again something private for you and my friends because I've had a bit of a realization on a couple of things, and it's literally um, to keep you updated and something that's going in the mind because you know in the wedding business and be frankly in any business, do you know half the battle, there's always a battle going on every day, and that battle is literally you you are battling yourself. And I wanted to get some tips over to you to say how to literally conquer yourself. Watch this video. Okay, so I wanted to get a quick short video over to you and say to you, you know what? Whatever work that you're doing, be it trying to build your website, or you're trying to send an email, or you're trying to do some social media, or you're trying to write something, copywriting to send to your brides, or literally trying to think of a plan to do some joint ventures with any other business, which should be part of your marketing avenues. Um, you're always going to be going against yourself every single day. The truth of the matter is, you need yourself, but you don't need the things that stop you from doing what you do. You know, we can tend to make excuses. I have these daily battles every fucking day. Excuse the French. Every day. Because sometimes I think, am I doing, is it going to bring me closer to what I said? Is it does? And you know what? When I feel I can't do the work, it's because I've realized it's not clarity in my goals. And people tell you something about goals should be long term or short term. It should be both. When you haven't got clear sight of what you need to do for the short term, your motivation to get there is gone. But the long goal can't happen without the short goal. And so I started recently doing a tactic where I only achieve, not recently actually, I've been doing this for a long time, but I've tried to listen to my month goal. I read it every morning. I write up a script on my phone. I wrote it down what I want to achieve in a year's time. But then what I do is in order to achieve that for this month, to achieve that, I have to do what I need to do this month. Now, whenever I set those goals or set those things, I then articulate it into a plan, a rough guide every week. But what I do then is when I'm closer to that week, say on a Friday, this Friday, I plan my next week already, time slots and everything. And I was doing that and it was going great. But what happened was is that I stopped reading my goal for the year, and I stopped reading my monthly where I'm trying to achieve. And I felt that what I was doing was just not going anywhere. You see, when you have your eye on the prize, whatever the objective be in a year or 5 years, it's too far. And sometimes your brain will try to sabotage yourself. Your little voice will come in your head and say, oh, Onkar, obviously Onkar's not going to say in your head, is it? But whoever you are, my friends, you would turn around and say, well, for me, it says to me, Onkar, no, don't worry, man. We can do it tomorrow. Don't worry about it. And Onk said, when you come to tomorrow, Onk, don't worry, man. Just chill. You've worked really hard and stuff like that. There's times where you have to plan for the areas that you're going to be working really hard to have a day off or to have that respite, because we're not machines. Don't expect to be machines, okay? You have to integrate that into your plan to have those little breaks. And I'm talking, if you want a holiday after 3-4 months and you could do it, plan it in. Because you can only grind and hustle for so long. You have to recharge your batteries. And I think that's one of the problems. I just felt like I kept going and going and going, and you just like that. You have to keep consistency. Battle winning is doing the right things at the right time every single day. Every single day. It's not done what you achieved 1 month. My greatness or your greatness for your wedding business is only going to happen daily. It's only a little thing, but add them all together and greatness comes this. But it's only a little speak. Because I got inspired because I recently watched the other day, and I've seen it before, but it always inspires the movie of Mandela, Long Road to Freedom. Now, this is a totally different scenario, but the truth of the matter is, I think that Nelson Mandela resigned himself to the fact that this was going to be a long talk. Now, in a movie spanning over 60 years and you see what happens, it's not that easy, is it? But think about what Mandela had to go through to get what he perceived was for him and his family and for the people of South Africa. Well, you're your own little freedom battle going on every day. And the people trying to stop you from doing that is the little mind people in your head stopping you because you believe that you're inferior. Well, in fact, that you're not, because you have great power. Now, I know that's kind of digressed, but the truth of the matter is you have great power inside you. And half the battle of winning your business to be where you want is because of dealing in here, the daily battles. And if you can't see your goal clearly, shorten them and see it and plan for the week. Because life will have a funny little way of trying to put little things in place. But excuses is not acceptable in business. Life doesn't care. And he says, well, why didn't you give me what you wanted, life? And life will only turn around to you and say, well, you only asked for this. If you ask for life, sometimes life will give it to you, but only if you go and reach it. But if you ask for so small, it will only give you so small. And to get the things that you want, you have to do the things that are needed. And that is daily work, working on the right things at the right time. You know, when I mentor business owners, that's how I help them, to get them clarity. But even I have that problem sometimes. And when I do, I feel it's a bit hazy, my goal. I got to reaffirm that, and that motivates me more. And I have short little goals, long-term goals. I do month and then 3 quarters as well. See where I'm going to be in 3 months. And sometimes for me that feels a bit long. But sometimes you wake up and next minute you know, it's freaking 3 months. Where have you been? So when you're battling your head, you have to reinforce with certain things. What's your goals? What's your short-term and long-term? What you doing next week? What you doing tomorrow? That align with those visions. And everything else will fall into place. Every day you have to do that battle, but you have to arm yourself with those stuff. And you have to arm yourself with clarity. You have to arm yourself with focus. You have to arm yourself with, sometimes it's a grind. It seriously is. You just got to drag yourself across the line sometimes. And when you get to that point, maybe that's a time when you say, when you drag yourself across, you say, look, when I've done this task, I've done this project, I'm going to take a day or 2 off. Because I don't expect you to be machines. I don't. I'm not expecting you, if you feel that you haven't done enough. Because I have this constant urge in me that I am not living up to my massive potential. And I don't think I am. And I know that. I've accepted that. Not for accept the will that someone else gives me, but I accept the fact that sometimes I'm always going to have that little thing inside me that I can do better, I can do this. It's a hunger. And I've accepted that it's going to be there because it actually pushes me. You know, sometimes when I need that, will alone is not enough. It can only do so much in so long. Will needs to be recharged. But that your daily activities planned by yourself. That's why if you can get a virtual assistant to help you every week, which I do, to go over my plans, what I've done, what I put into the project manager, and this is what we're doing, and this is how we're going to do it. Today, I'm kind of digressing, but I needed to get a video across to you because I wanted to always be truthful to you. I always wanted to share with you what the issue was that comes across. So if you can get that across to you and if that helps you, then please, I'll always want to help.